and Sentinels in the Multiverse, and it's time for the Harbinger of Melancholy. So if you don't recognize this offhand, this is Spite, Agent of Gloom. And of course our team for dealing with this are going to be Wraith. I think this is Rook City, but I'm not sure. Then we have Dark Visionary, Super Scientific Tachyon, and Skyscraper. Half my stuff is in here, griped Maya as she rummaged through the piles of equipment next to a resource recycler. Wait a second, what's this? The giant Thorathian shrunk down to a relatable size and peered over Tachyon's shoulder. Are there links to be finding? The Wraith replied, no, I mean, yes, but it's something else. Traces of Donovan's energy signature. How is this possible? Suddenly, a familiar yet distorted voice entered their minds. He is here, dearies. Shall we dance? And that is your setup to take these 4 women against Spite. So, you'll notice by the current issue I'm doing this in time to still get the mint. No guarantee we'll get it exactly, since I don't know if there actually is any randomness in this matchup, but I'm still trying to build up that backlog for the first couple weeks of September, because the games there, yeah, it's Rook City, may end up wiping out my time to play. Your dark dealings have put you back in my crosshairs. Too bad for you. So, just a heads up, there is a nemesis bonus between the two of them, and that's going to complicate things for you a bit. So if you're not familiar with how Spite, Agent of Gloom works, he goes into play this side up, he puts his drugs in the villain area face down, the safe house still goes into play, and so on. And at the start of the turn, if there are 4 cards, basically hero number of cards, under the safe house, he'll flip. If not, then he turns a face down card face up. Whenever a Lab Raid would enter play, it's discarded and Spite deals each hero 2 melee damage. So Lab Raids are very manageable for the most part here. You can use a Visionary for that if you want. And then at the end of the villain turn, he deals the hero target with the highest HP 4 infernal damage. And that's important because he's only going to do this once if we do it correctly. If there are more cards under the safe house than face up drug cards, a drug is flipped face down. So you could use this to try to match his drugs, but the thing is, he'll always have at least 1 up. Face down villain cards are indestructible. I've always wondered how exactly you get more cards under the safe house than drug cards, and this kind of shows you how. It's just not a very preferable thing in the first place. So once he does flip, using the broken vessel side, he does increase damage for each card under the safe house, which is why turn 2 is actually where we're going to lose about 2/3 of our hit points. Whenever a card is placed under the safe house, a player may draw a card. That's not ideal, but we'll be doing that a couple times. Whenever a victim is destroyed, he deals 1 psychic damage to everyone. That's going to be happening, unfortunately. Lab Raid is played, it's discarded, and then each hero takes 2 melee damage, which is why we want to avoid Lab Raids if possible. Start of the hero turn, we can remove a card from under the safe house, put it into play, and doing so will allow us to play a card. That's very important for Skyscraper here. Then at the end of the turn, he deals the hero target with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. So there's actually a couple ways you can manipulate this. First of which is you can have Visionary go into her cocoon, in which case he can't hurt her if she's the lowest HP. But the other thing is, you can use the Thorathian Monolith to absorb quite a bit of his damage, and you can use Twist the Ether to mitigate his damage, and you'll see all this in play as we go. So I'll show their cards when we get to their turns, but let's go with the victim cards, shall we? Drugs, I mean. So there's the safe house. Innocent Bystander comes into play, and here is the single most important choice you will make, because whichever drug you reveal, you're probably going to be dealing with for the rest of the game. So using that Millennium Eye I stole, his first card should be Demon Kiss, 2 should be Upsilon, 3 should be Mindfire, 4 should be Compound 11, and 5 should be Omicron. Let's see if this is correct. We want Demon's Kiss, that's the most manageable one, and we get Demon's Kiss. He would have played Lab Raid, so damage across the board. It's actually good to get one of those out of the way right now. And then 1 damage across the board. You may be saying, why don't you play Mindfire? You can get the environmental cards out of the way and so on. And there is a little bit of an argument for that, I guess. But we need the environment for DPS. Basically, the reason why we have Skyscraper here is because she can hijack the environment. So Wraith is going to go down. As such, we don't need her cards. We are going to get rid of the eyepiece and the throwing knives. We are going to play the infrared eyepiece, and we are going to use it, because we need to manipulate his deck. So we get to put a card on top of the deck, and the other one goes on bottom. Hopefully you can see where I'm going with this, but let's see, the Samaritan... Do I have cards to discard with our Thorathian buddy here? I don't need Rest and Recover and Explosive Reveal, I guess. So we're going to put the Samaritan on bottom. He's gonna either one, they're gonna come into play, so it doesn't matter. We get combat stance, which is meaningless to us. In case you don't know, the eyepiece lets you draw. So for here, we are going to play Mental Divergence. Yeah, that manipulates the environment. Don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to use Visionary's ability, which is basically the exact same as the infrared eyepiece. You look at the top two cards of a deck, put one on top, one on bottom. And we want Spite's deck. So there's a pair of Samaritans here. And for Tachyon, we are going to play the HUD Goggles. And then the Synaptic Interruption, because there's going to be a lot of damage thrown our way momentarily. So Super Scientific Tachyon, you reveal the bottom two cards of a deck. If they share a keyword, you put them into play. If only we had some way to guarantee that there were two victim cards on the bottom of Spite's deck, don't you think? Oh, wait. So Samaritan into play. Bystander. We get another Synaptic Interruption. And you want to discard two cards here. So the Colossal Left Hook is going to be very helpful for getting to your large size. It's just the Explosive Reveal. This destroys our link cards, and this is an AoE card, which is why we don't need it. For Rest and Recover, this allows you to heal, you draw a card, you move a card from trash to hand. It's a little helpful, it's just we have other ways to get stuff out of our trash. So I don't... Does he heal? Or is the Samaritan's going to heal him when it pops, I think. So let's play the Compulsion Canister. We are going to put this next to Spite. It's going to damage himself. And... yeah, we'll draw two. I'm thinking of... should I have grown and then I could have dealt damage, but it doesn't really matter. So we want to get some cards under the safe house. By playing the top card of the villain deck, notice we now have the 4 cards needed for him to flip. Conveyor panels, trump cards are immune to melee damage. Play the top card of the environment deck. On the Prowl, he's going to destroy the Lost Child and heal in the process, I guess. So yeah, Canister wasn't the most helpful. Damage across the board, which is amplified by the safe house. But we can reflect some of this back. Innocent Bystander. And right here, hopefully you can see why Wraith is just not going to last. So, there's no point in putting another card out because Wraith is going down next turn to the Mind Fire. So we want to leave that as is. Do we want to discard? We could. I'd rather not. So, use the Razor Ordnance to get some damage down before this ends. And the main thing I'm looking at here is whether or not there's anything we'd get for using this. We can't use Rest the Mind on him, so this is a worthless card until we get the environment going. This would allow me to manipulate the environment. This is an AoE card. There's just not much going here. So we'll say no. No. Mind Spike. Is there an ongoing I want? Actually, yeah, there is. I could get another Synaptic Interruption going. I'm actually going to use this on Tachyon's deck. So, I'll put the Quick Insight on top. We got Mass Levitation, which we're not going to use because the, what's it called? The environment is going to be needed for our DPS. We actually need that to attack Spite. Doing that will kind of protect him. So, we will release one of these to just start mitigating his damage. Doing that allows me to play Nimble Strike. I can use that to punch him in the mouth. Do I want to discard two? Not really. We'll play... And then the Quick Insight. Give us another Quick Insight, a Lightspeed Barrage. So discard two. Like, I may want to save that for the conveyor panels. So we're going to use this on ourselves. Lo and behold, we have a pair of burst cards. So we will Nimble Strike first. Another punch in the mouth to Spite. Gave me Hug Goggles, which I can discard later. And then the AoE card is only going to do the 1 damage. So... yes, we do. We can put a Samaritan out. There isn't really much difference because whenever one of these dies, it heals him. So the question is now I can use Colossal Left Hook. Yeah, we're gonna do it that way, I think. Colossal Left Hook. We can discard Linking. We want to catch a ride here to shrink. And you want Wraith to do this because she'll get the nemesis bonus. So if you don't know how catch a ride works, you and an ally both damage an enemy. So right here we get the nemesis bonus for +1, 3 damage total, and then our irreducible 2. And then we can do an emergency evac to destroy that conveyor belt. And our propulsion canister. Sadly, I don't think that's enough to save the Wraith, but you never know. Draw 2. Another emergency evac, micro assembler, and the explosive reveal. No. Omni drone, yeah, that's the end of Wraith. Potential sidekick. It's going to allow us to draw some cards if we can protect it. really know how it works for these, but we can get the compulsion canister back out. We can toss this on Spite, and that will kill the Omni drone for the time being, until I can manipulate it later. Now... I'm gonna play the mass levitation, and let me see. Now I don't have any synaptic interruptions, so I want to get one of those back. Take one from the trash, Tachyon. We got a mind spike for our trouble. Basically, when you make this call, you have to look at what you have and decide from there. So in the event I were to release this, which there isn't actually a reason for me to do, I'm gonna play 2 cards anyway. So no. We're going to start with a Hypersonic, so we don't have to worry about his damage. Then Lightspeed Barrage is going to do 7 damage, which is respectable, I guess. And we will use her ability on herself. We'll start with Fleet of Foot since this is a burst card. It's going to allow me to potentially play something, such as this interruption I just drew. There's a pretty good chance of me drawing that if you're not aware, because we haven't encountered one yet. I can discard those. So we will release a victim. Kinda want these bystanders to get popped. So how's Explosive Reveal work? Destroy any number of link cards. 2 projectile damage and 2 fire damage. Now if you notice my canister is a link. We want to destroy this. What does this do? Next to a villain card, may destroy an ongoing. That's not that good. I can just discard that later, I guess. Actually, we can get in position to hijack the environment now if I play the micro-assembler. So that changes her ability to where you can discard a card and pull an equipment card into your hand. Or into play. So actually, I'd prefer for there to be an environment card in play that's going to save me a turn. Let's draw 2. Debilitator and a compulsion canister. We also got relinking for our trouble. No. Internal defense grid. Damage across the board. Everyone draw. Decoy for Visionary, which is extremely valuable. Pushing the limits. Colossal left hook. Lost Child. And unfortunately you can't actually abuse the hypersonic here. Let me try to show you. For the Lost Child, you have to take damage to do so. You probably will think to yourself, do this on a hypersonic turn. Well, the game knows, and they won't even ask you. So, no. I could heal Visionary, or I could get the Compulsion Canister back out. I want to heal Visionary just to play it safe, I think. So, I have a lot of junk cards here I can discard. For what I want to play, those foresight moments. So in case you're wondering what I'm thinking about, I would like to play the decoy. I also would like to do Mind Spike, since I'm going to be getting Twist the Ether somewhat soon. The other option is if I can get Foresight relatively soon, that's going to help me speed up getting to Twist the Ether. It's just, that's my ultimate goal. Now, the thing is, I could put another card under the safe house. And, hold on. When you release something from the safe house, you get a card draw. Or not when you release... Yeah, it's when you... Or is it when you release or when you put in? Oops, wrong side. I need it on this side. So I can give the card draw to Tachyon. Then I can pull it back out. Does Tachyon need cards then? I'm going to choose yes. We are going to pull the Samaritan out, so we can put the decoy out. And then we are going to discard 2 cards. We don't need the Hemorrhage or another Levitation. We want Visionary to draw. Damn it. So actually the nice thing about Suggestion is you can pull some of the victims out of the trash. No. 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 Does he have any victims in here yet? Just the lost child. These suck. There's Twist the Ether. So let's see, if I were to do that, I could use a power, but no, there's no need. No. 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 We will push the limits. We will Nimble Strike. Punch him right in the jaw. And we got a Sucker Punch. So the main thing I'm wondering about though is I've played 2 Lightspeed Barrages already. There is still 1 in the deck. I could play this to increase the number of burst cards in there. But my other option is I can actually keep this in my hand so that I don't have to worry about drawing it or playing it. So, let's skip from the bottom. Okay, it backfired. We got a Supersonic, a Sonic Vortex. Is this a link or no? Yes, it is. So that stops me from using emergency evac because I need this to hijack the environment. So I can put those into play. What links do I have in here already? 1, So I could Colossal Left Hook. I need something to discard anyway. And the problem with using the Compulsion Canisters now is I can actually start to damage the environment. Which is not something I want to do. Now, he is going to deal damage now if I leave that there, so I need to find something to play. I could Colossal Left Hook and discard this. Deals 3 or more. He's going to go after that, so I guess I could use this on him. No. 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 And this counts as a link, doesn't it? Yeah. We're gonna go tiny here. Okay, this is the card that I was actually gonna use the assembler to get. You play this next to an environment target and reduces damage dealt by that target to heroes by 2, but increases the damage they deal to villains by 1. So we want this in play. The main thing I'm thinking about is this: you use this to find equipment. The only equipment Tachyon has are her goggles, and Visionary has none at all. But I guess it could be fodder to discard later. Let's palm it. So play up to 2 link cards. Do I have 2 I want to play? This one, I guess, even though it's going to damage the environment. You know what, let's discard. We can get rid of, I want to say, the Resonator here. This card next to a target reduces first damage dealt by that target each turn by 1. At the end of its turn, target deals itself 1 lightning damage. Let's get this. We can put this in play next to Spite. Pursuer. This is a little dangerous. This is all mitigated courtesy of my card that has something against my decoy. Got the cocoon. Thorathian Monolith? Yes. And a chokeslam. On the prowl, so we have to sack a victim here. You want to save the potential sidekick. This is the single most important one here because it gives you cards. As crazy... Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of... It doesn't matter which one we get rid of. Let's get rid of the Lost Child. Now he's going to heal. I'm going to use this to protect Skyscraper. The decoy is dead here. The others don't matter. Another Samaritan. Well, since I can find the cards I need, I'm going to put this on top of my deck so I have it in the future. So I can either get some equipment from my trash and put it into play, or do I actually want to... Do I have a way to destroy this? Actually, I don't need to, do I? We can have one hero heal. I choose Skyscraper. Yeah, Spite's damaging days are done now. So we will discard 2. I don't need Prophetic Vision or Rest of the Mind. As for the card draw, I could use another Twist the Ether. Damn it. Okay, I may have been asking for a bit too much there. Do I have anything I want to play on Tachyon? Nope. So, no. Like, one option I have here is I could try to get Twist the Ether onto Spite, Demoralization out, and then go into my Cocoon. The problem with Demoralization is that deals... Actually, it only targets the villains, so yeah, that actually would not be bad. But we need to mitigate his damage right here and now. Now we are going to use our power on him because he should be running out of victim cards. He's out of victim cards. Force entry is the best, I think, because it really doesn't do anything. For collateral damage, that's going to cause him to heal if you're not careful, but we can use the Twist the Ether for that. So, Spite on the prowl or collateral damage. Now, I do have ways to destroy the collateral damage. Both of these are going to cause a victim to die. Collateral damage goes on top, I guess. I can pop that with Divergence or Blinding Speed. So do I want to play a card and be concluded? No, I don't. I also don't want to discard even though I could because I can only get one card out at a time. Now, I don't want to damage myself here, so we'll pass. And the reason for that being is I can just play another one. So, I can use Sonic Vortex to hit this. I can Compulsion Canister, can't I? Like, the main reason why I don't want to use the... What's it called? I don't actually have the second one yet, but the modulator on this is I can't redirect it. This would be a target for Rest of the Mind potentially, but as is, it's just not ideal. So we will Sonic Vortex, we will hit Spite, and the Pursuer. We want to save the grid because that's on our side now after being hijacked. And I can play this in the event I need it. So we will power ourselves here. Hypersonic, so we're immune to damage this turn. We can play Sucker Punch to destroy that. Bad part is Hypersonic is going to damage this, so I'm not going to be able to get any damage out of it this turn. I may want to look into stop using my ability on myself. Now, I don't have to get the card out right now because we don't have to worry about the damage. I also do not have to worry about my Monolith. I could play Chokeslam, though. So yeah, let's leave that where it is. We can left hook. do want to play. Put link cards back into hand. That's not going to help me at the moment. To be honest, I kind of would like to chokeslam right now. This does mean my team's going to take a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Then this will damage the environment, I'm afraid. That's going to shuffle my deck, so yeah, I have to do this if anything. I guess one thing I could have looked into for the chokeslam is I could put Twist the Ether on her, that way I can amplify the damage going out and then reduce the damage coming in. So no, 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 these are all bad ideas. The accumulator's out. I can afford to get rid of goggles. Twist the Ether. Yeah, that's it for Spite's damage. Collateral damage, he's gonna pop a victim. Gonna get rid of one of these Samaritans, they can take one for the team. Now that is going to cause him to heal a little bit. So I already don't want to. The thing is, I need to figure out how to kill this. Accelerated Assault is not ideal. I could Sonic Vortex. Just notice I have two of these in play. There's actually a lot of cards for her I want to play. But this turn we can play the Monolith. Actually, yeah, that's how I'll destroy this. So we can heal. How many cards do I want to put with Tachyon? Because I can get her goggles. Not that many. What do I have in the trash here? I can get the equipment out and into play, but that's not going to help. I guess we heal. I'm gonna heal Visionary just to give her a little bit of buffer. So, yes, we will put a card into play. We can do Demoralization since that's going to act immediately. And let's discard 2 cards. We don't need Divergence or Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is actually bad. Now for the card draw, I have everything I could possibly need for Visionary. I can give this to Tachyon or Skyscraper. I'm gonna give this to Tachyon because I kind of need stuff to play. Pushing limits, awesome. So no and no. No. Okay. I'm gonna play Twist the Ether just so I don't have to worry about getting the decoy out. And how many pushing the limits does she have? Ooh, she doesn't have any. So I can actually use this to get pushing the limits back into play. Tachyon's trash. Got a Cocoon. No, there's just not enough that I want to play. No. herself. Fleet of foot. I was kind of hoping for something better. She's been dealt damage by a skyscraper, but I think I had a hypersonic, so... Yeah, we'll just play this and hit Spite. For this, I'm good to just let this go. Research grant. Fleet of foot. So yes, we do. Now we can play the compulsion canister on Spite. Ooh, so this is where you have to pay attention. So the canister is going to make him damage himself. Reduce by 1, increase by 1. If you have him deal 4 damage, he's going to kill a victim and heal. That's bad. So, reduce by 1, increase by 1. So, no. No. So I can use the Thorathian Monolith here to tank for my guys. That's actually looking to be the best option. The next best thing would be to play this. It's just... I can absorb the damage in Monolith form anyway. Reduce damage dealt, redirect A damage. What do I have for links that I want to play, if any? I only have 2 left, or 3, 4. And out of these, this is the only one that actually seems promising, so let's get that one out. We will... Wait a second, is that an equipment card? Yes, it is. I don't see myself using the emergency evac. In play, on Spite. So yeah, the damage reduction on him is getting a tad ridiculous. No. Resource Recycler. We are going to use this to bring the Omnitron drone back. Now, I can absorb all this damage with the Thorathian Monolith. And then I can hijack that next turn. Everyone draw. I think I still have 1 Lightspeed Barrage out. Oh, that's the end of the game. So yeah, I don't have to hijack the other one. Oh, he's gonna heal. No, he's not. Toxic. Reduce. Sonic. Reduce. Radiant. Reduce. We'll make this projectile. Reduce, and redirect. We can turn that to melee. Reduce. Reduce. Now, we don't actually want him to damage the environment because that would have been on our side, even though right now it really doesn't matter. The thing you do have to watch out for, though, is if he deals himself, or just anyone, 4 damage, he's going to pop a victim and heal. And... we'll increase. Hopefully that's... Like, I'm even a little hesitant to have him damage himself, to be honest. I have any canisters in my trash? Yes, I do. We're going to have him. Now remember, he can heal if you let this get out of control. So increase, reduce. And then the Omni Drone is the one that can afford to take this. You can't reduce it any, but it's going to heal itself if the fight goes any longer. No. 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 So do I have anything that does damage? Unfortunately, no. So right here you can either play Foresight in case you wanted to fish something specific out of your deck. The only thing I'd say that would be kind of worth game would be the other decoy projection. The other stuff isn't as helpful. You could play the suggestion to get some of the victims out of his trash. They go back into his deck, and then you don't have to worry about all of this as much. You could go into the cocoon. You have a few different things to do. We are going to cocoon. Hey, there's the Maelstrom. No. 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 Technically, I could discard these just to put more burst cards in my trash. Actually, can I Sucker Punch him for the kill? So, Sucker Punch for the win. I finally found use for that card. We got our mint, and that's another addition to our growing collection. So you can see where I'm at in terms of catching up. As of recording this mint, I only have 6 to go before I'm uploading mints. The thing is, I should have just uploaded Hostile Takeover when I recorded this, so there's still going to be a couple weeks. We're almost there. It's been a long way coming. And still, after all things considered, I'd say the 2 most annoying matches up to now were Misinformation here and the Matriarch. Some of these were actually pretty fun, but those 2 were so friggin' annoying, and this is the next headache waiting, which is basically just reshuffle until you win. But anyway, that's it for now.